Dokkan player, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze, and today we are back with another Dokkan battle video. Today, before we start the video, of course, hope you guys are having a very good day today. And today we are going to talk about one of the most hyper celebrations coming in the game of Dokkan, which of course is the 350 million download celebration. Very special, and the reason why is because it's a joint celebration with Global and JP at the same time. So basically any new units or any new events that show up during the celebration will be on both versions, right? So very good for global players because now we don't have to wait months and months for that content to come on the side of global. Now today's video is basically we're going to talk about what we can expect here in terms of content for the upcoming 350 million download. Just to see how well Dokkan is going to be as in terms of a celebration. So for us to actually kind of compare or kind of predict what we can see for the upcoming celebration, we do have to look at the previous celebration, which of course was the worldwide celebration, and also the 300 million download celebration. Now the reason why is because I'm actually looking at both versions is because both versions are very similar, but they also have some differences as well, which we could probably see changes in the upcoming celebration. So first things first, we want to look here at the worldwide celebration. One small note I do want to note here is that on both celebrations, the worldwide celebration and the 300 million download celebration, you guys can see here that there's only two parts here, part 1 and part 2. But on the upcoming celebration, we could probably see here a part 3, just like the 6-year anniversary, because as you guys know, for the 6-year anniversary, there was the introduction of an LR EZA, which of course was the LR Goku and Frieza. So we could probably see another category leader get an EZA, or we could probably see here another monotype, but this is most likely going to be here for part 3. So as you can see here, part 1 for celebration. This celebration is actually kind of mid, I want to say, compared to today's meta, but I mean part 1 is actually very slow, and the reason why is because they do want you to kind of focus on the new characters because it is their time to shine here, right? So we have our basically login bonus, we have our special missions, and we should also have here a co-op campaign as well. So this is actually pretty good for new players in the game of Dokkan, and the reason why is because this requires the player to actually not play that much. If you are a new player in the game of Dokkan, you actually don't have to really play the game that much to get all these awesome rewards, right? You get Elder Kai's, you get Dragon Stones, you get train items, and you also get Zenny, and you also get a very cool wallpaper. If you actually take a look here on the 300 million download celebration, this celebration was actually, this co-op campaign was basically a raid against Cell here. Now this was actually pretty good, but again, it's a very simple for every type of player because you get tons and tons of rewards. So as we continue down the line here for the part 1, I can see we actually also get here the new Dokkan Fest LRs as well. So again, nothing really new. But we also have here the worldwide celebration banner here. Now I didn't forget, you also get here the new Dokkan event for the new LRs as well. But really, this is will be very interesting, is to be the worldwide celebration banner here. Now this one has actually got a lot of backlash last year, and the reason why is because Dokkan decided to introduce here the Memorial Dragon Stones. Now Memorial Dragon Stone is not really a bad thing, but also it's not very friendly, I would say, right? And the reason why is because for the Memorial Dragon Stones, as you guys know, they did give you an option to actually use your stones to buy a specific character or to use them as tickets, right? And the thing is that if you actually want to use your Memorial Dragon Stones to buy one character from the Baba Shop, it did cost you 150 Memorial Dragon Stones to buy one character, which is kind of insane. And the reason why is because it actually costs you 50 Dragon Stones to get one Memorial Dragon Stones if you've been spending Dragon Stones during a specific time in Dokkan, right? So again, it's not really a bad thing, but I mean the cost for getting one character, I would say, was actually very bad. But again, if you didn't want to use your Memorial Dragon Stones to buy a specific character, you can actually use them for your tickets, and then you just summon on the banner and pray and hope you actually get the character that you're missing. So that's one thing as well. I do believe we are going to get here back the Memorial Dragon Stones. Hopefully they will lower the cost of them for a specific character, because 150 Memorial Dragon Stones is actually pretty ludicrous. So we have here our regular stones here as well for you to pick up from the Baba Shop. Of course, we have here our Dragon Stone discounts as well, so it'll be very good. And now we also have here, of course, here a new story event which will introduce here new free-to-play characters. So this is something that's actually very good. And also, if you actually compare here on the 300 million download, they also got that part for part 1. Now the only thing I will say is that hopefully for these new characters, right, which of course here was the Goku and Gohan, and also the Vegeta and Trunks here, is that during the 300 million download, they actually have their own orbs, which is actually very, very good. Where compared to last year, the Hercule and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you actually have to give your own orbs, which is actually pretty intense. And the reason why is because, as you guys know, potential orbs are very important, especially if you are trying to rank up your coins, because if you guys actually pull a character from the summon banner with your dragon stones, you can actually exchange those characters for coins if you already have the character fully rainbowed. So again, I would probably prefer if these free-to-play characters actually get their own orbs, just like the 300 million download, because it just makes things much more better, I would say. And even if you are a new Dokkan player as well, this would be actually very good for you, because at least now you can actually rainbow these free-to-play characters, which would definitely help you on later on in the game of Dokkan, where, you know, if you are someone that's new in the game of Dokkan, you can't really rainbow these new free-to-play characters because you start off with like basically 0 orbs, right? So again, I do expect here to have another story event for sure. The team is going to be probably be either movie heroes, GT heroes, or it's going to be probably maybe, of course, a revamp of the the Android Cell Saga, right? So that's going to be a possibility. But I mean, do expect here to have another story event. But one thing I would probably change from this is if we can actually get their own orbs, because that would be very, very good. On top of that, we are going to get this special event as well. Now, every celebration had a very unique one. I will say here that the 300 million download had a better one here, right? Because this one is actually called the Chamber of Spirit and Time, which basically was the hyperbolic time chamber. And this was actually much more better, again, for new players in the game of Dokkan. And the reason why is because it actually gave you Elder Kais, but also gave you a ton of XP, which is actually very, very good, right? Where if you actually compare to this one here, from the Worldwide Celebration, you actually got here free stamina. Now, stamina is fine, but I mean, again, it's just not that great. You did actually get your some nice training items as well, but I mean, this right here, which is far way better, because if you have an LR, and if you actually bring them in this time chamber, you can actually level them up very, very quickly, and actually get them ranked up very high as well, because they give you this much XP, right? So again, this, hopefully they will bring it back. Because this is actually one of the best events in Dokkan, in my opinion, because you also get Elder Kais as well, which is actually very, very cool, right? Compared to, like, you know, getting meat here for events, right? So, I mean, sorry, for stamina. So that's one thing I probably would like to have here, is probably a revamp of this for the upcoming 350 million download. But I definitely expect here another gimmick of a limited stage here as well, right? Of course, we're also going to get here the new stages of Super Battle. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be only for the global side, because as you guys know, JP just got another 10 stages of Extreme Super Battle. And of course, global is behind 2 phases of Super Battle. So I do expect here the new stages of Super Battle to come in the game of Dokkan for the upcoming 350 million download for global, right? So that's something that's going to be expected here as well. But the thing is that on the Worldwide Celebration last year, the Super Battle was actually only introduced here in Part 2. This is where they actually decide to basically give us the extreme versions of Super Battle, just right here, right? So, again, I do expect here the new stages of Super Battle to be coming for Global, and we just have to see what else is going to happen here, right? So, as you guys can see here, Part 1 is going to be kind of, you know, pretty standard. We are also going to get here another Dokkan event Boss Rush, which is actually very good, because again, it's free stones. Gives you about 35 Dragon Stones, if I remember this correctly. So again, pretty good. Same thing here as well from Worldwide Celebration for Part 1. We also got here the... let me go actually right here. We actually got here, of course, the new Boss Rush events, right? So, should be right about here. Oh, is it Part 2? Or did I miss? Oh, no, it's right there. There you go. So, boom, there we go. We have here the Boss Rush event as well. And then, of course, here we also have here the... Hidden Potential, which would be very good for every week, because again, you can actually stack up your potential orbs very, very quickly. And also we have here, last year we actually got this very good launch event. This one here actually gave you 100 Dragon Stones, but this was kind of weekly. I wouldn't mind this actually comes back in the upcoming celebration, because this is actually pretty good. I mean, you just have to save your stones, but this give you free 100 Dragon Stones, right? Last year, the year before that, I don't think we actually got this, right? No, we actually didn't get it, which is fine. But I mean, still very, very good. I mean, we could probably expect this as well. An event that gives you 100 Dragon Stones, that'd be very good for free-to-play players. And then after that, we also have here the Virtual Ultimate Clash here, right, as well. Now, this is going to be a very special edition as well. Last year, it was against Super Vegito, and the year before that, I believe it was against Cell. I might be wrong here, but actually take a quick look who the boss was. I'm pretty sure it's Cell here. Yeah, it was Cell, right? So, okay, of course we have here a new update of the Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. So again, this is probably going to be very, very nice. But again, also very good for free rewards. So that's going to be it for part 1, right, for the celebration. Now, part 2, this is basically where things start to pick up, right? In part 2, we actually get here the EZAs for the free-to-play characters. Of course, you can see here we have here the Majin Buu and also Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The year before that, it was actually here for the Gohan and Goku, and also the Vegeta and Trunks, right? So we can definitely expect that as in terms of the celebration. And then, of course, we have here the famous Infinite Dragon Ball History event. This was actually first introduced during the worldwide, the 300 million download, and it's come a long way. It's actually came a long way. For the celebration, we actually got 2 stages, which of course was the Android/Cell Saga, and also then against the Androids, right? So we can definitely see here 2 new stages for the 350 million download celebration, which of course will be very, very good because again, it does give you free stones. It's actually very easy as well, right? So definitely do expect here 2 new stages for Infinite Dragon Ball History event. Again, we already spoke about here Super Battle. Now we also can see here as well. I'm not sure I've actually talked about this, but again, we actually see here probably another LR EZA as terms as free to play. And then of course for the part 3, maybe we'll see here an LR EZA for a summonable LR. That'd be actually pretty nice here. So you can see here this celebration was actually kind of mid. We also have here this trial between Global and JP, right? We actually get here a new character. Depending if you win or lose, you actually either get Goku or Vegeta. The year before that, this is actually in part 1, actually, which is actually pretty interesting for the 300 million download. So actually go here for part 1, right? There we go. I can see here, yeah, we had a breaking tile contest, right? So there we go. And basically the winner, of course, which was JP, got Cell, and then if we lose, you actually get Hercule, right? So again, these characters are okay. They're not really groundbreaking, but no, it's pretty good to have as well as collections, right? So that's gonna be it for part 2, right? Part 2 is really like kind of like a hype moment, but also a cooldown. So again, this is probably what we're gonna expect here for the 350 million download. Now again, for part 3, this is where things actually might get very interesting because again, part 3, just like the 6-year anniversary. I actually pull up the 6-year anniversary here. Very, very cool. Alright, and we are back. So guys, you can see here we have here part 3 from the 6-year anniversary, which just finished here on the global side. And today we can see here that we actually didn't take a page or some notes from this celebration. And the reason why is because, of course, as you guys know, there is going to be probably a summonable LR EZA. There's actually going to be 2 types of EZAs for the LRs, right? So if we actually take a look here for the 6-year anniversary, we actually got here the LR Goku and Frieza. But if we actually take a look here at the 5-year anniversary celebration, we actually got here the EZA for LRs of Monster, a free-to-play LR, right? So there's going to probably be 2 types of LR EZAs. So either to be either a free-to-play one, or it might be, of course, a summonable one, as you guys can see here from the 6-year anniversary, or it could be potentially both during the celebration, which actually would be really, really good. So maybe part 2, we actually might get the free-to-play one that actually gets an EZA, just like LR Master Roshi from the 6-year anniversary, or we can actually get here both versions. And actually, sorry, for part 3, we actually get here the summonable LR that also gets an EZA. So that would be actually very, very cool and very, very nice to have during the worldwide celebration. It actually makes the celebration much more better, right? So we could probably see here for part 3, which I definitely would expect to have here, is have here a summonable LR for the EZA. Now, so far, as you guys know from the worldwide celebration and the 300 million download, it's only been 2 parts. But I mean, again, Dokkan has been changing the events and has actually been getting better and better. So we probably could see maybe a part 3, which is something I would want here to have in the celebration, right? So that's gonna be it for the celebration. One thing I also forgot to mention that we probably aren't gonna get here for part 2 maybe is that what I would expect is that we might get, of course, a EZA for a new category leader, because as you guys know, JP has all the 120 leads already done. So probably we are going to see here another EZA for a category leader, and that's going to be based on the theme of the event, which is again would probably be GT movie heroes, or a revamp of the Android/Cell Saga. I mean, if it's actually a revamp of the Android/Cell Saga, and we actually get here like an EZA for an LR, could you imagine if it was actually the LR AGL Gohan that got an EZA? That would be really insane. That would be definitely groundbreaking. But again, I don't think it's going to happen. But you know, anything can happen in a game of Dokkan. So again, all depends on the theme of the celebration. But Again, if we actually get AGL LR Gohan as a freaking EZA, that would just break the game, like hands down for sure, right? So again, for part 2, we are definitely probably going to see another category leader get an EZA. If it's going to be movie bosses or movie heroes, then maybe it might be, of course, what's his face here, AGL Turles. Because AGL Turles definitely needs a EZA, because in today's meta, when it comes to difficult content, he actually gets completely destroyed, right? Like his passive that already lowers the attack of the enemy, it's just not enough when it comes to Extreme Super Battle or even the God event, right? So he definitely deserves an EZA. But if not, if it's going to be GT, then maybe it's going to be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That would be pretty interesting. Or if not, you know, if it's an Android / Cell Saga, then maybe it might be, I don't know, Piccolo or something that gets an EZA. That would be pretty interesting, right? So again, that's going to be it for the part 3. Well, something I want as well for part 3 for Celebration, if there's going to be one, is that I definitely want the return of the 50% support units, right? So these guys right here, it's actually quite a shame for the new players, because, I mean, these guys had not been out for like 2 years, so any new player in the game of Dokkan definitely has not experienced these characters, and these guys are actually very good when it comes to difficult content, especially Extreme Super Battle, because they're actually very, very good, right? So again, I would definitely expect this banner hopefully to come back, because not only that are you getting very good characters, but you're also getting orbs here as well. You actually give you a ton of orbs for one multi-summon, which is actually very good. So again, if they actually bring this back, I would definitely say you must summon on this banner if you are missing any of the characters, because again, you are getting very good characters, but you also getting orbs, which is actually very good for your count, because they actually give you enough to rainbow one character, right, which is actually really good. So again, I would definitely like to have these guys definitely return, and who knows, we actually might get an easy as well later on in the future. So again, all depends what Dokkan decides to bring, but I mean, this would actually be a very good filler for part 3 in my opinion, because usually part 3 is like bare bones with content, but having these characters come out every week, or I don't know, every 3 days during Celebration would be very, very good for everyone in Dokkan, right? So hopefully they actually do bring this back here. And also, I'd also like to have here the Hyperbolic Time Shader come back as well, because this is just it's just way too good here, and very beneficial for new players in the game of Dokkan, because again, you can easily rank up all your characters very quickly. Well, not all your characters, but at least 6 of your characters to level 120 very, very quickly. But also they do give you Elder Kais, which is really insane. So definitely hoping that they will bring this back here, because it's a very good event to have in the game of Dokkans, right? So that's going to be it for part 3. I guess it'll be my expectations, what I want for part 3. For celebrations, that basically I definitely want to hear another EZA for the LRs, either free to play or summonable. I definitely want here, of course, the return of the 50% support units, and also I want here, of course, the Hyperbolic Time Chamber event, because it's really, really good, right? So that's gonna be it for the celebration, for the $350 million celebration. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys want from the celebration, and let me know what you guys think is gonna be the theme for the celebration as well. Because again, you know, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how well this celebration is going to go for a joint celebration, but it should be a very, very hype celebration. Alright, so with that, I'll say thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button so for more videos come down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!